In this video, we will show you how you can use your Zoom account to configure live streamed sessions directly in your VuLive broadcast system. Now, the first step that is required to launch a live streamed session through your Zoom account is to configure your Zoom account to be able to live stream in the first place. So the first step will be to log into your Zoom account. When you're logged in, on the left side, scroll down to Account Management. Click that and then click on Account Settings. In the account settings, make sure to have the Meeting tab selected and then select In Meeting Advanced. Now scroll down until you find a setting called Allow Live Streaming of Meetings. Make sure to toggle this setting on and confirm your choice. And then make sure to toggle on the Custom Live Streaming Service checkbox and click Save. Now, the Zoom settings have been updated and we are ready to take the next steps. Now back in our VuLive session schedule, all that we need to do is to add our live session. So we head on to click Add Session and we simply give our session a name. And then we simply select the day and time that this live session should air at. In our case, we're gonna make it 9 a.m. in the time zone that we have previously specified in our broadcast settings. We click Add Session and now our session has been created. Now, most of the setup for live sessions is exactly like the setup for pre-recorded sessions. So if you need a refresher on how to set up and configure sessions in your VuLive account, please refer to the existing walkthrough that we have on creating and managing sessions in VuLive. The only difference in setting up a live session is going to be a different session type that we will assign to the session. Now, currently it is set to video, which is the best option for pre-recorded video content. Now, all we need to do is we need to select the live option for the session type. And we will be greeted with this new menu, which we didn't see before. First, we will enter our stream duration, which is the time that will be taken up by our live streamed session. We should try to make this as accurate as possible. In our case, I'm going to set it to 1 hour. Next up, we need to give our live stream a nickname so that we can select it for future sessions as well. In our case, I'm going to be calling it a test live stream. And then we hit create. Now our test live stream has been configured and we can use it for the next steps. As you can see, we have a stream URL that has been now automatically entered into this field up here. And in here, we have received a lot more information, such as the stream details, some information for Zoom meetings, and some additional information. We will go into all of this right now. The stream details will contain the name that we have just set for our stream. Now let's skip ahead to this important note to please make sure you start live streaming before the actual live streamed session begins. Basically, if your session is scheduled to start at 9 a.m., you will want to make sure that you are already starting to live stream through your Zoom account a few minutes before. Because should you not have started your live stream yet by exactly 9 a.m., the VuLive schedule will automatically skip the live session and it will automatically jump ahead to the next intermission. So a countdown to the next session, or if it was the final session of the day, then it will automatically display that the day has concluded. So in order to avoid this, make sure to please start live streaming before the session is scheduled to go live, and make sure that you are fully up and running and the live stream is working and set up before 9 a.m. in this case. Now, of course, if you start a few minutes early before 9 a.m., that live stream will not yet be shown to your event attendees on the broadcast page. For example, if you have a pre-recorded session that plays from 8 a.m. to 8:55 a.m., you can still go live at 8:50 a.m. already. That will not interfere with the broadcast. Your live stream will go live at 9 a.m. It's just important that you are already live streaming before this time comes around. With that disclaimer out of the way, let us now go to this Zoom meetings information and use it to actually set up our Zoom live stream through VuLive. The first step to going live is to open your Zoom account and to open a designated Zoom meeting room, which you will use throughout the duration of your event. Now, once you're in your meeting room, make sure to click the 3-dot menu where it says More in the bottom right corner of your Zoom window. Click on Live on Custom Live Streaming Service, and this will open a new tab in your browser. Here you will be asked to enter your streaming URL, your streaming key, and your live streaming page. In order to get that information, we go back to our VuLive session settings and we can find the streaming URL here, the streaming key here, and the live streaming page URL right here. So we will be entering this information into these corresponding fields. Once all of that information has been entered, click Go Live. Zoom will now give you this notification that the meeting is being live streamed. You just have to acknowledge this and then wait for Zoom to set up the meeting for live streaming. You will notice that the live streaming setup has been successful if you can see the live badge in the top left corner of your Zoom meeting room. This means that we are currently live streaming, and on the broadcast page we can see that this next session is due to start in just 2 minutes. So while we're still waiting for that, we are already live streaming, but VuLive will obviously only show that live stream once the scheduled time arrives. Now, once this timer hits 0 and our scheduled session time arrives, we will be able to see our live streamed Zoom session through the broadcast page. One disclaimer that might be interesting is that there is a short delay between your Zoom room and the VuLive portal. This will only be a few seconds, so between 10 and 20 seconds. So keep that in mind when you're live streaming and interacting with users in chat. Particularly, you will be talking to your audience with a slight delay. So if you're reading out comments, for example, in the live chat, that will be with a few seconds delay. So just keep that in mind. So we're about to go live, and then we will be able to see our live streamed Zoom session directly here on the VuLive broadcast page. And now, as you can see, our Zoom live stream is being broadcast in the VuLive system. As you can see, I have my camera turned off, which is advisable when you are first setting up your broadcast page. Again, because of that delay at the start of your broadcast, there will be a 10 to 20 second time window that will be delayed. So at first, mute yourself, turn off your camera, and then when the time comes for your live session to start, unmute yourself, turn on your camera, and you're good to go. One more very important note for planning your live session: pay attention to your schedule. If we have another session that is immediately back to back with the live session, which is currently just set to 1 hour in duration, if we had another session going live immediately after that, then at this time, the live stream will be cut off. The next session will override our live stream. So keep that in mind, especially with the delay. So if you're concluding your live streamed session and there is another session that is going to play right after it, be sure to leave at least a couple minutes of buffer time between the live session concluding and the new session starting, so that you will not be cut off mid-sentence. And now with the setup complete, you can go live through Zoom in your VuLive portal and interact live with your event audience. And this is how to configure live streamed sessions in VuLive via your Zoom account.